Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I released a video. I've been taking time out to sort of refocus back on what I originally set out to do, and I thought of a new way to produce these contents for you guys, so therefore I'm here now to help you to give the content that I originally set out to deliver. So starting off with this new banner. If you guys don't know what a banner is basically just theoretically just a small advertisement for a set period of time. So within this set period of time, you can get this particular medal, and no other time can you actually get this unless otherwise. If they state that this medal is only for this limited time, then obviously do expect it to be limited time. Otherwise they wouldn't state it would be limited. But aside from that, generally, for instance, if this medal was out, if this is obviously an old medal, but if a new medal was to come out, for instance this week, and then there's a new banner on the day that it ends, the previous one ends, expect that previous medal to be in that new banner as well. So yeah, you get the point. It's just sort of recycling, so people still get a chance to get the previous medal in the new advertised banner, but you may not get like all the goodies like orbed. Having 3 orbed just means a much stronger version of the medal than having it have no orbed, all that good stuff, and as well as extra damage, which can only be obtained during the actual time that is out being advertised. So coming back to what I was saying before, about me refocusing back on what I wanted to do with this channel, I'm gonna have proper titles this time. It'll be noted for when new banners come out. I'll either have something like in the title Kingdom Hearts Union Cross free to play, and then the banner name as well as the words worth it or not, or worth or not, so people can find these videos much easier. So to start off, with this brand new sort of refurbished ideas, illustrator Kairi, for you guys who are new, I'd like to suggest, depending on how new, I would say somewhere, if you've just started the game about about a month or two, I don't know, you may get you may have gotten actually illustrator Kairi from the just by normally pulling from the previous banners. Like I said, nowadays the Square Enix, they've started to put all these strong medals into banners which you can purchase, even though they were once advertised as a proper banner. At least now you can actually still acquire them, and so on and so forth. So if you're a newcomer and you haven't got illustrator Kairi, then I would suggest picking her up. She's very useful, although it may not be one of the strongest ones out there, I must say. But the only reason why you would really want is because she restores health and restores your SP gauges for nothing. as well as that, she raises your power, speed, and magic attribute strength by 1, and lowers the opponent's strength, power, speed, magic defenses by 1. So it's basically a trade-off. You gain extra attribute power, and you cause the enemies to lower down those attribute powers. So she's really flexible in basically any keyblade, any attribute specific any keyblade attribute specific setups that you may occur, because she has the ability to power your attributes and lowers the enemy's defenses attributes as well. So you're basically set in stone with one of these guys. There's really nothing much more to say. She's really great for what she does. If you think about it, 0 costs, so you can basically use it anytime and instantly get 10 gauges back. So think of gauges as magic power, like MP in Pokemon or even Final Fantasies, and obviously Kingdom Hearts as well. So it's really good. Now if you guys are obviously like me, who's a veteran and I've obviously purchased and I've got Illustrated Kairi before, with either it being on the anniversary banner, which came with her filled with free orbs, or you've got her some other time and obviously you've just acquired her, then what I'm going to say really is, for you guys, don't bother in trying to guilt her, because obviously she won't do much damage. It is fixed damage at the end of the day. I think it maxes to 20,000, so about roughly 2 bars. Because she does fixed damage as well, that's another thing to keep in mind for newcomers and oldcomers. Because it's fixed damage, obviously it ignores everything, like opponents' stats. So if they have like general defense up by 1 or even attribute up by 1, it ignores all of that. It just does a fixed amount of damage regardless of what the enemy is, which is great, as I'm saying. So coming back to the question, 2,000 with a 20,000 damage, if you can guild her, sounds nice. Yes, I'm not not denying that, but it's not really necessary, and you would rather save the extra jewels for something else. Bear in mind, you're getting her within the 5th orb without it being orbed at all. So you're just basically going to get her fresh with no orbs and anything. So it's really bad as in terms of a deal for us veterans. But for someone who has not acquired this medal in their arsenal, then I would recommend it for you guys. It's a have to for you guys. But for us veterans, it isn't worth. Even if you have like all slots, all the orb slots filled, and you just need that one more Illustrated Kairi just to get it, just get your Illustrated Kairi to actually be guilted. I would still say, rather than doing paying or even wasting your jewels just to get this very one, do yourself a favor and just use Mickey and Brooms, because they're coming back. They're gonna start to roll out to people, and I wouldn't really think it wouldn't be wise on Square to stop giving out these for people, because they're starting to listen to the community, but not as much. although they are starting to listen to. So in very small little minor events, or even time being, they will start to give out, like, you know, Mickey and brooms for people to use. So if you need like literally just one more just to guilt your illustrated Kairi to, then, you know, by all means just use Mickey and brooms. It's much more better, and because the only way you're going to get Mickey and brooms is either through an event or they give it out to you, and you know, that's perfectly fine. You waste nothing, you know, you can still save your jewels up, because for us free-to-play players, jewels are really important, and they're not every day you're going to get a jewel, but through events you can get brooms and stuff, because they wouldn't keep pulling out Mickey and brooms for VIPs every, like, you know, they can't keep doing that, because once they keep doing that, a lot of people are like, a lot of the free-to-play players are just going to be like, you know, screw this, they're not really doing anything, and only people who are either, you know, paying for VIPs can stick on the game and play longer. So at some point, yes, they will give out Mickey and brooms for people, so, you know, those you can acquire through events, and they're free of charge. You just need to wait a bit longer. So my overall, you know, conclusion with this is, new players, get this medal. If you are planning on guilting this, or you're close to guilt this medal, don't do it. But if you really wants to guilt her, then use a Mickey and brooms medal instead of, you know, spending it's 15 for first try, and it goes back to 3,000. So 3 4s are 6, so 75,000, you know, jewels just going to be wasted just to get one visual Kairi, which obviously isn't that good idea. And that's all really. Not really much to really conclude here. So these are going to be some new series in which I will be going over. With the organization 13, you know, videos that I generally do, I will still keep doing them, and I will have one coming up probably right after this video, with the new Zexion event. Obviously, for people who are watching either later when the events pass, you know, it's kind of not very fair for them, obviously, watching the whole video back and then seeing, oh, this is Zexion event, because it's not really gonna be that time. You need to really keep up with these videos to when they're released. They're not really, the events videos that I make are not really great for people who watch the videos later when the event's over, because you're not gonna get a chance to do these events. These are only date specific events. So aside from that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.